Maybe it makes sense to look for the long, huh? Let's assess if it's worth looking for a long hypothesis. Could be, huh? It may interest us, of course, on the creek, given this idea from a colleague, which makes sense to look for that tricky climatic action. What can we do? Wait for a visit to the creek and on the creek ask ourselves, hey, can we go long? This is for Bitcoin and Ethereum. We'll have to see if the defense zone, the 2775, wants to play its part, and for that, we'll have to wait for this to drop. If it drops, to analyze. So being here, let's see what we see and make the decision. Okay, well, let's see if Ethereum drops, and if we can wait for it down there. Let's see if we can wait for it down there. It has been absorbed strongly. Really? Here again. They are still falling in the fall, huh? They are still falling. Look what they have gone to find, huh? Right there. Okay, let's see. Let's see if they let us. Let's see how long it's going to take for this to arrive here. And nothing. Okay, let's see Ethereum. How does it look, huh? Bitcoin. Does it look good? Well, I'm reading your comments. Let's see what you tell me. I'm reading your comments. I'm reading your comments. Now it falls hard, huh? Come on. There. That. Momentum. That's what we want to catch, huh? But more. It has to fall more. Where are they going to want to knock it down? Up to here. Okay, knock it down more. It has to fall more. It has to fall more. We're not going to be satisfied with that drop, huh? It has to fall more. There it is falling, huh? 2775 could be a good level a little higher. Let's see. Yes, around here, around 76 could be a good level. It goes a little more, and we can try, huh? Oh, it needs more go. It has to fall a little more, and then we can try a long. That momentum is perfect, huh? That momentum is perfect. Come on, let's try. We enter. That's it. And let it be what it has to be. We're in long there, and let it be what it has to be. Let's see if the defense zone respects us, or instead takes us to the side we want. But we're already long on that yellow cross. Okay, let's see if there's anything that can bother us. Come on, rise, my friend. This cluster is what can bother us now. This is the cluster that can bother us. Protect the position, huh? Let's protect the position at break even. We don't want to lose anymore, huh? Break even. If our cross comes, it closes, and we neither win nor lose. And if it goes up, we'll try to get some profit. Let's see if we succeed. This is what is bothering us now. As soon as they can take it down, it can rise strongly. The question is, can it? Who knows if they want to make a break? If they break us, well, we'll try again to look for that long. We already have this position saved, whatever happens. If they want to break us, then we'll try to find it. And one of them will take us. I don't know if the message is understood. Let's see. In the end, what we want is momentum. It's that aggressiveness. It's this strong aggressiveness that has fallen very, very, very hard at a level that we know is interesting. And of course, when there's so much fear, people usually aren't brave, right? And remember the interview with the institutional trader. An essential requirement to be part of these large institutions is to be brave, is to enter when one feels scared. Well, we've looked for the entry there. Now the candle has to close above this cluster. Do you see that it's struggling with the cluster? It's a key level. From here, everything is decided here. If it's not able to break this resistance, it easily keeps falling, right? That's why we have the position protected, because we don't know for sure what's going to happen. Therefore, we protect the position. Okay, it's struggling with the cluster. For the moment, we're doing well. But I'm honest, I want more. Okay, now. Come on, that's what we have to see. Let's go there. That's it. That's what has to happen. We want that kind of reaction. Do you see that we're already very well protected? Look, we can raise the stop loss. We raise it. We're going to raise it here. Look, we've raised it. Now, even if the market tries to close us, we still take profit. We've raised the stop loss. They've exceeded the cluster. This gives me a little more peace of mind. Now, yes, it's fighting with its next big obstacle. What is its next big obstacle? It's this junction. Let me draw it. It's this cluster union. Do you see this set of clusters? Are you seeing them here, colleagues? Let me know. This cluster, this. Now, this one that seems to... Oh, be careful. Look, we're going to do something, and that is we're going to close partials. We're going to close partials? Where is it now? Well, let's see. One moment. Lest they manage to break through it, and we're going to wait. We're going to wait because if it exceeds this rectangle, which are clusters with a lot of volume, there's a lot of transactional interest here. Obviously, the longs are struggling. They're having a hard time. But if they manage to surpass them, then it will be to go to the creek. And if it goes to the creek, why not break it, right? But this struggle is crucial. It's crucial. Why do I say it's crucial? Because easily this bearish impulse has a correction on an interesting level of high volume, which is the current one, and it replicates us. We're with that fear, so we understand each other. Let's see. How long until the 5-minute candle closes? It already closed. Good. Okay, be careful. Now it has to continue, right? It has to continue. And we're very well positioned, right? In the end, we didn't close partials, right? We just raised the stop loss here and that's it. What are they trying to scare us with? They just want to scare us, right? If they raise it like this, right? They scare us, but they want to raise raise it. Okay, that's the boundary, right? Good, good. They're raising it. They're raising it. We did well to wait and not close partials. Here we have to aim for the creek. Let's see, let's see. First, they have to finish earning it because here we're singing victory and it's still in the area. Maybe we do. Close partials, let's see. Yes, it's not a bad idea. Let's close partials. It's not a bad idea. Let's take out 50% of the position here. There, we've closed 50% of the long. That's it. This way, we suffer less and we have the other 50% exposed in the long and let it take us up. Here we've already realized capital, 50% of the position of this scalping trading idea on the long side, and now let time decide. This way, we also reduce the weight of that anxiety from such an aggressive, short-term trading operation. And the stop loss looks good. I wouldn't move it at all. I would leave it where it is, since the other 50% could close even better, right? Without mentioning names, Kevin, we've taken a small percentage of profitability. Okay, we're doing well, right? We're doing well. Colleagues, what do you say? What do you think of this long idea? Well, also promoted. We've been very inspired by colleague Arturo. Colleague Arturo has inspired us with this long idea. He has sent us a screenshot of Bitcoin looking for a bullish climactic action. And what have we done here? Well, we've looked for how we can find that long in a crypto that gives us. Certainly there is a structural weight, a certain confidence. In this case, it has been Ethereum. Well, also consider that we are doing this in a very aggressive trading. But what I'm showing you, you should extrapolate to intraday trading, an operation that lasts 4 hours open, 8 hours open, to a much longer period, of course. But also consider that if I want to teach you the logic of taking trades, how we open, how we close, what we look for, and I want to do it all live, so you can see it all. I am obliged to do the most complicated, the most aggressive trading, which is scalping, because if not, I can't show you. No, on a daily basis, I share my intraday ideas with you, but I'm not, as I said yesterday, I'm not a big brother 24 hours a day to be able to tell you, okay, of what I told you in today's live. Now that the price reaches the zone, now I'm going to consider whether I enter or not. Of course, I can't share that with you because in the end, that's what I'm saying, I can't be sharing. I can't be connected all the time. I also have to do my trading in my own peace, to be clear. But well, what we do here is teach you the only way I can think of, which is to do very aggressive trading, very short term, so you can see the process from start to finish live, which is what has value in live. Well, things are moving upwards, things are going well. Let's aim for the creek. There we closed partials. The stop loss, let's see if this lets me adjust it. I don't want to delete everything. Perfect. Let's see if it lets me move it now. That's the stop loss. Let's move it because the second position, hey, I want to keep winning more with the other 50%. We'll leave it around here. Let's leave it around here. Let's see if it takes us, right? Well, now it's going to want to validate it. It's going to want to validate it. Let's lower this a bit, right? There's no harm in being a bit more cautious. But hey, it looks good, right? Really, it looks good. They're going to want to mess with us here, to put it bluntly. At this level, you see it, right? And now let's continue with the recording of this live session we did this morning. But before, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. David Zaragoza, Renzo, you're top. Thank you very much, David, for your message, your compliment. Carlitos, obviously. Renzo, you contribute a lot to this community by teaching us your operational methods and your way of understanding the market. Thank you. Thanks, Carlitos. For chat, thank you. I'm going to read more about those clusters. Okay, we can have a session if you want, discussing volume. We can have a session discussing volume. Let's explain a little bit the logic of this operation, okay? Let's explain a bit the logic of this operation. First, let's see at what price we entered. Let's see if it allows us to see it. $27.78. $27.78. Look, the long position we took in Ethereum, let's put it on for a minute so it's clearer. The long position we've taken in Ethereum has been at this point right here. Here we've entered a long position, and we're still in the long position, okay? We're still in the long position. Let's see how far we manage to close it. This is already making me a bit careful, okay? Let's not fall for any traps and validations. I'm excited here, okay? All right, let me check this. No, I'm going to raise the stop loss, okay? I'm going to raise it because I see we could be close to a potential reversal. We'll raise it a bit more. Okay, we've raised it a bit more. That's it, nothing more. Okay, let's do the explanation. The explanation is that we entered a long position right at this point. The reason for entering a long position here is no other. And coming out of a 1-minute time frame. We move to an hour. What's the reason? Well, it's a defensive zone, and then we go back to 15 minutes in a defensive zone. In the end, here we have identified a very relevant level, which when I connected with you, I said, because of the ATAS configuration that went wrong. I didn't have time to connect, but at this specific point, I wanted to look for a short on the creek. But the ATAS connection issue didn't allow me to. It didn't allow me to, but we already had this creek in mind. A creek is potentially, eventually, at some point, able to be perforated and take us to an institutional target upward. This, yes, we're having a correct visualization of what's happening. Many times, these potential accumulation processes offer a defensive zone that's smart money going long here. They're going long here. We'll want to defend and leave a small trail that we pursue obsessively. Hence, we've had this rectangle, which is a defensive zone that tells us, look, if the president at some point wants to come here, and this is defended and not perforated, probably we'll go strongly. Probably that's why we've sought this defensive zone, and not only this, but what has been another incentive that has made it very clear to me we enter long, and now we're like a sniper at this point because we've waited. I'll show you this in the other chart, momentum. We've waited for momentum. This drop has been super aggressive, very, very aggressive, very rapid, very rapid. And one thing that smart money does, wait, they're going to try to close us, okay? All right, let's leave the stop where it is, and that's it. It's still a good operation. Okay, one thing smart money does is when they gather a lot of momentum, they instill fear in the market. They instill a lot of fear in the market. And it's at that moment when they turn the situation around. Look, there we go. We've been trapped. Let's see if we've been trapped already. Yes, we've been trapped. There we go. So we've made a profit with this long operation. Let's see if it allows me to change the color somehow or not. All right, give me a second. Look, this is the first long position up to here. And no, can I change the color or, oh no, this isn't it. Okay, and then we have this other long position up to here. Well, we've taken profit here at 50 and here at 50. Not bad, not bad. And then as the price does, but now notice, do you realize how it doesn't matter, or we're quite indifferent, wanting to know the future, whether this is an accumulation process, whether it's going to break out, whether it's going to rise, whether we'll have a bullish climactic action. It's really something necessary and indispensable for what you've just seen to take this profit, this long idea. And hey, because the ATAS platform failed me, but we were also looking for this short before, especially for the new people. You're seeing now in an honest, transparent, and direct way that there's no need to want to predict the future. Does this make sense or not? David Trebosa Masterclass. Sergio Bencia is very well explained, although you have to practice, but I like today's dynamics. Yes, we'll repeat it. All right, let's do a quick recap. In today's live session, what we've done is initially connect to look for a short in the market. A short in the market from this point. Why did we want to look for a short here? So, because we were on a creek, a relevant level. And then, upon seeing the order flow, at this point, we identified a cluster of purchases with an excessive delta that wasn't going anywhere. At the same time, what was I seeing? I was seeing how there was a very large conglomerate of passive orders waiting to sell Ethereum, and we see a huge amount of ask from traders trying to buy the market against a large volume of passive orders that didn't allow the price to surpass. For that reason, at this point, we looked for a setup to seek the short. Things during the live session. The ATAS platform wasn't working well for me. I had to change the settings to offer real-time data, and when I connected with you live, unfortunately, the move had already happened, but we were looking for that short for that reason, but without further ado. I told you I'm not leaving here until we do live trading. Let's wait for another opportunity later on Ethereum. A potential new opportunity presented itself that I didn't see quite clearly. I say. Let's wait for something better to come up, and that's what we did. It was then when a colleague, Arturo, if I'm not mistaken, said to us, hey, in Bitcoin, how about a slightly more macro idea of momentum, channel, range, climactic action? And I told Arturo, well, as an idea, it's very good. Let's try to see if we can find that long in the market. In fact, look at what the price has done, right? What has Bitcoin done with a brutal momentum? Gone to the creek. It went to test it. We looked for that movement in another crypto. We specifically looked at Ethereum. Why? Because in Ethereum, we were forming the creek here, which we were trying to short. And then later, taking into account that this is a creek and that there's this idea of a bullish climactic action that would defend in Ethereum, that maybe in the future we break the creek, validate it, and go up. Of course, it's an idea that makes sense without trying to predict the future, and since we know that often an operational idea of long or short can be defended with a defensive zone, which is how we approach it here, which is that level that smart money won't want to see pass against them if they really want to push the price up. These are usually high reaction levels. If at the same time we see a great momentum, which we'll see much clearer here we saw how the price started to fall very aggressively. This drop happened in a very, very aggressive manner. It's that momentum that I like so much, to be daring, to be brave, and enter the market. When we see that momentum over such an important structural zone like this defensive area, it's when in this yellow cross you see here, it's when we decide to enter long. We entered long in this live session. That yellow cross corresponds, let's go back a minute to make it clearer. That yellow cross, the price level corresponds to this point in this dramatic drop. That, you see right? Bearish momentum, a proportional replica, climactic action over the defensive zone. We didn't hesitate twice and entered long. About this long entry, we've been monitoring it already from this platform that allows us to see the smallest fraction of movement in the financial markets. Here we've been monitoring the market, we've seen how it's been rising, and here we've partially closed, specifically 50% of the position. Later on, we raised our stop loss for the other percentage of the position, and we've been moving it until the point where the price hit our stop loss, but of course, in profit. It's one position closed in two parts. The goal today was to open, manage, and close the position live. If I didn't have this requirement or this asterisk, I probably would have managed it differently. I probably would have wanted to be a bit more ambitious. Probably would have worked with a different closing and distribution percentage. Since the goal is what it is, we stick to what we have. How have we tracked this rise to see when to close? Initially, we had a first impediment in this cluster. Remember, we bought down here. Down here, we bought the price. Then it went up, and this cluster was the first impediment. It was indispensable to break through it, as here are bids. There are people who want to sell, who wouldn't like things to get out of control. In the end, the price was able to surpass it. It did. And the next big impediment was this cluster set. It's a zone that when tracing a volume profile we would see has the highest transactional volume, so here there will be a great battle, which there was, and once that was surpassed, it gave us a good feeling of being able to continue rising. And it was in this rise, and then upon seeing a bit of the decline, that we decided to close this first position. As soon as we saw that it was threatening, as soon as we saw that it started to threaten the cluster zone already surpassed that should have taken us to the sky, so to speak, we said, hey, let's set a stop loss since we don't want to give back the money we already have. We moved the stop loss, the price came, and here it closed us. This position 50%, this other position 50%, which we've just done live with all of you folks, and I hope you found it a really interesting dynamic. Now tell me, would you like to see more live trading? Leave me your feedback in the comments. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon so that YouTube notifies you of future uploads. Good luck in your trading, and until next time.